It's really nice to see the excitement among all of you as questions have already been started getting posted. So I am also pretty excited with all you guys, and will surely let your questions be answered during the Q&A round that will be held at the end of the session.
Hello.
Yeah, Sampras, are you audible? Are you able to listen?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Hi Pushkar. Hi.
Yeah. Hi, Sampras. It's really awesome to have you. So, guys, today our guest speaker is with us. So, my name is Pushkar. I'm from My Captain, and this webinar is on the topic copywriting. Also, this webinar is in collaboration with QFIS. So, QFIS is a mentorship platform with a community of experts who guide individuals in their journey. Also, QFIS hosts coaching and workshops on different topics to enhance the skills. For more details, I'll be sharing the link of the website on the chat box, so you guys can definitely visit that website. So now it's the moment that we all have been waiting for. So I introduce you all to our guest speaker, Sampras D'Souza. So he's currently working at Leo Burnett as a copywriter. So it's glad to have you, Sampras, on our platform. And I believe that Leo Burnett is one of the companies that every content writer or a copywriter desire or aspire to be. So
Yeah.
it's really an awesome and a wonderful experience to have you. It's really glad.
Thank you.
So can you just introduce about yourself a little bit?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. So, my name is Sampris D'Souza. I am a copywriter at Leo Burnett. I started there as an intern, made my way like to the top, not to the top, like to the mid starter thing. So, yeah, as you know, COVID is going on, right? So, yeah. Um, I joined the ad agency like 2 years are past. So I've worked on brands like Bajaj Finserv and HDFC Life. Both are from BFSI. So you won't expect like Leo Burnett, like a Leo Burnett guy to work on a BFSI brand, but I do. Yeah. And it's interesting at times, it's fun at times, and boring sometimes. But then my job is to not make it boring. But brands are that way. So you you can't really do a lot when it comes to finances because hey, they have like a certain set agenda for themselves. So that's what you are like. You communicate what you are there to communicate for them, like
Yes.
internal, external, or whatever. Um, okay, so um,
Yeah.
when do I start? Like, should I
Yeah, we
start?
can just
Yeah,
start. So like like being on different companies and working at Leo Burnett right now. So I believe that you might have gained a lot of experience, and definitely our mentees will be really glad to have you because before this session begins only, we are having a pretty number of questions coming up.
oh,
So yeah, so that's the level of excitement I can say that what mentees are facing right now.
okay.
So we can start with the session right now. Yeah. So over to you.
Okay. I'll just take some time like setting up the PPT. It's like for the first time I'm taking like a class.
Oh no, it's not a problem. Like being a first, there's always a first time to each and everything we do.
Sure.
Yeah, and I believe you will be doing pretty awesome.
Thank you. Um, how do I do this?
So there will be a green button at the bottom of the screen if you can see, which is
Yeah.
share screen. So you can go to that and you can start sharing.
I'm sorry I do this on Microsoft Teams, so I'm just like too accustomed to that kind of interface.
Okay.
Uh,
No issues.
okay.
So if your presentation is open, if you see there's a button called share screen, if you click on that, then your window of the PPT or the window that you're opening will
Yeah.
show it up. So if you just click on that and click on the share option, then it will start sharing your screen.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm a copywriter, so I don't know all this. I'm just
No,
kidding.
no, no, no issues, no issues. I understand.
Uh,
But like being copywriting, I think is one of the field that every writer has a perspective to it or views it, because it's today in today's world of I can say writing, copywriting has been one of the fields that has really excelled, I believe.
um, yeah, I can't really like. I mean, share the screen because I can't see the file at all. Like, I don't know.
So is your file there on the desktop
I
or
guess
on?
it's like the setting and preferences have to change a few things because I've never done this.
It might be
Sorry.
in the Chrome. It might be in the Chrome. Can you just check in the Chrome browser, like if you've saved it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn it. Uh, is there a way you can show like the PPT or something? Because
Yeah, sure, sure. Like if you can email me, then it will not be an
sure,
issue.
I'll just send it to you.
I'll just drop in my email. Just give me a second.
Sampras, do you have the PPT on a PowerPoint presentation or on Chrome?
It's on PowerPoint presentation.
Okay, so if you can close everything else and just click on share screen, it'll open up a couple of windows. So at the bottom, you'll see a PowerPoint or Word or the different documents that you can click on.
Okay.
So guys, we'll be starting in a couple of minutes.
It's
Just be
technical
patient and
issues.
wait. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Due to some technical glitches, we'll be starting in a couple of minutes. So thank you so much for waiting.
I'm really sorry, guys.
No, 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 no issues, no issues, no problem.
Oh, there is like they like you need to grant access, and I can't like do that. So I'll just send you the PPT. Is it okay?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Sorry.
If you can just try right now, like click on that green button of share screen, and after clicking on that, the windows will appear. So if you close everything else, the PPT will be showing up there, the window of the PPT. If you can just try it right now.
It's got like an exclamation mark all over it, so
Okay,
I
no
don't think
problem.
so. My MacBook allows this thing to happen. Wait,
Okay, I've sent you and my email ID. You can email me
sure.
there. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, no, no issues, no issues. No problem. Is the mail getting sent?
Yeah. I'm just sending it right away.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Sent. Were you able to receive it?
Actually, I'm just checking. I haven't received it till now.
Okay. Guys, so copywriting is like this, right? Like it's like major things happening. You don't know the clue what's happening, and then like you end up into doing something like this. And this usually happens in presentations, in pitches, and all of that. So yeah, there are like major and minor hiccups along the way, and I'm really sorry for doing this to you all. But yeah, I'm a bit technically challenged when it comes to using stuff sometimes. But yeah, I need to like work hard on it. Um, did you get it?
Yes,
No?
yes, I'm just opening it. So in the
Okay.
meanwhile, can you just tell us about a little bit about copywriting?
Yeah, so copywriting is like I got into copywriting because hey, I was uh, giving my exams, like studying for some BMM exams. I was in like second year or something. Not that I didn't know about copywriting, but then there are like so many agencies you can like just confuse yourself, like Ogilvy, Wyden Kennedy. Then there is Dentsu, Web Chutney, all of them doing great work. Shabang, like yeah, and they are all over. Like you see them at Kolkata, you see them at like all the metropolitan cities need them. Every brand and business needs them. So copywriting, what? What's copywriting? Uh, like, do does everyone like face this question? Like yeah, maybe there are content writers with us, right? Are there any?
I hope so. I think we are you able to see the PPT? Something.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Thanks. Yeah, that's why I started the PPT like this. Uh,
Okay, okay, no issues.
yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for like wasting, I don't know, 16 minutes, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
we have a couple of copywriters. They are doing in the like they're replying in the chat box. Yeah, we have a couple of content writers, copywriters, and other stuff of people.
So if you ask these guys, like, do their parents know what they do, or do their relatives know what they do? Like, parents won't understand what they do. They do like what we do, like on a day-to-day basis, getting mad at like anybody, but then at the same time, it's like work, right? Like you can't. It's like a love-hate relationship, but like you keep it a secret because you can't explain it to them, though we are like in like the communication business. uh like the worst thing happens when you like try to explain them. They do understand after a point, but then that's like too late. Like that's because like basically like maybe you got married or something and they know like, hey, yeah, he works, he can earn for himself and all of that. But when you are starting out and all of that, they like may like confuse them with like, or like what's like what, so do you write like that thing behind those packaging labels saying like copyrights 2020 Buena Vista kind of stuff. uh, but yeah, like copywriting is something uh, which is writing with a purpose, with a set purpose of selling. Basically you're just a sales guy. I'm just kidding. You're just a creative guy who is trying to show you something, show the consumer something that would interest them, which would intrigue them. It's like your Wolf of Wall Street, but like in a creative way. Like I mean, DiCaprio from there, but in a creative way. Um, is it something to do with copyrights? Now, there are like spelling errors which happen frequently, and due to these spelling errors or like autocorrects and all of that, I don't know, like I would blame them or blame that on the autocorrect part of things. But uh, people don't usually like care about like writing uh, for brands and all of that, but it's a big thing. It's, as we've seen, like many companies are popping up. They need communication. The best thing they do, send out emailers, send out social media posts. What they do is every day they are just telling you that we exist, guys. We are here. And on some occasions, uh, those guys talk about something important, something relevant, like the ad in the Hindu newspaper recently. They talked about mental health, and it was like a poetry, or like it looked like a poetry, but it was like a story, right? It was like the sad and happy phase, and there it was a like copy heavy ad, if you go to see. And there are many places where you can see ads, like if you go to ad age, there are things over there, like there are like swipe files. There are like I don't know, like you just open like Tinder and swipe a few things, swipe a few people off. Like there is an ad placed over there. If you go to Facebook, every fourth post or fifth post has an ad on it. uh, Talking about billboards, billboards are seen less now because hey, it's COVID season. But now that people have like started like going moving out, billboards are back in action. So what's the job really like? I added this quote because I found it relevant. um, it is a fast-paced job. If you go to see, you can read this, but then yeah, your job is not to write copy. Your job is to know your visitors, customers, and prospects so well you understand the situation they're in right now, where they'd like to be, and exactly how your solution can and will get them to their ideal self. Yeah, all that means is basically, if you haven't tried an Oreo, how would you sell an Oreo in a creative way? You you can't, because uh, that's basically when you write something, you are like talking about something that you have experienced. So in a way, being a copywriter is basically like studying in school with like so many, like if you treat every brand as one of your subjects, you study it. You know about, maybe Cathay Pacific is your brand, maybe HDFC Life is your brand. You need to know what are premiums. You need to know what are uh, the the important things which basically are needed for life insurance. I won't go into much of it because it's like I just got done with my day. So yeah. Um, in simple words, you have to just make communication which is interesting. Now again, there are many things that brands want. They want to satisfy their customers, they want to satisfy their employees, they want to satisfy their partners. For each of them, you need something. For partners, hey, um, maybe Levi's got in touch with maybe a YouTube influencer. Maybe Bumble got in touch with another brand, like with Spotify, maybe creating music, right? Like you have like those options there placed, like what's your playlist, and you can add it through Spotify or something like that. So they work in tandem, they work together. At times they don't. um, Writing copy isn't that tough. uh, uh, it's not that tough. It's just like a bunch of words, right? But what is tough is basically the process it has to go you have to go through. You get a brief. The brief talks about the purpose of the written material, be it social media post, be it an email, or be it anything, be it a TVC, be it a radio ad, be it an OBD script, be it anything, or maybe even an activation. It has a defined purpose. The folks in marketing know, like they understand that, like they give us briefs, we take them, we sit with the strategy team, we sort it all out, go for a pitch, or what do you call it, we call it a pitch because we are selling that thing to them. We are selling them their own communication, right? So you go there, uh, you come out being happy. That never happens. uh, you go back. So when you go for this pitch, uh, there are many pitches which are very fast. Like those guys have their own opinions, right? And like you have created this based on the brief that you were handed over. Though we are in the communication business, it's easy to like have miscommunications, or maybe those miscommunications are there for a reason, because uh, nothing goes up in the first shot unless and until you're like someone great, or like your client through and through, and your client trusts you enough to uh, like take it and take that idea forward. There is always a little bit of back and forth going on several brands. So let me start this thing. How do I make an ad? It's like easy. It's just like you just start writing and the ad is done. But no, it's not like that. So every brief has a purpose. Again, there are two powers that come together in the form of individuals to create an advertisement: copy and art. So there's a film called Art and Copy which you can watch online. You could search for it, maybe put locker it, or maybe like um, torrent download it or something. But yeah, you can get your hands on it and watch it. It's very interesting. um, so again, now there are content calendars. There are days, special days for the company um, in the world. Maybe like mental health day could be a thing. And India again is like full of different cultures, right? It's like there are festivities, there are sales, there are things which are amazing, which happen like uh, even your birthday. Like Google knows your birthday, dude. Like Google wishes you on your birthday, makes sure that you are having like a good time. Like Facebook creeps me out by saying, "Hey, it's your birthday. Like it's um, like so and so's birthday. Help him celebrate his birthday or something." And then you type in a message. LinkedIn does that to create like that kind, like it's like an internal AI thing. But then yeah, they you get the point, right? Like you're making sure you're making sure that your customers are feeling good about what they do. You are making sure that they communicate, and now is the best time to communicate, because hey, you can go mad being alone. Ask Heath Ledger or something. He died or something. But yeah, I'm sorry, I'm so flustered. But yeah, there is, apart from the copy and art, there is the account management. Go back, dude. Uh, So the account management is basically the middleman. He's like our salesman. Uh, he's supposed to be our salesman. You write copy. That copy has to be sold to the client. Now, every time a copywriter or an art director can't get together and talk to the client, that would make things very slow, and it could be very difficult to do jobs when you're on calls. And trust me, they know how to talk their way too, because I could be straightforward to my client and I could be relentlessly like punching him with my words. So that, to avoid that, they are there. They are like the ones who are the messengers, but at the same time, uh, you feel like killing them sometimes, but then don't kill the messenger kind of thing comes up. And yeah, they're they're basically servicing the clients, right? And yeah, brand strategy team comes in when there are big projects. Like if you've seen the V launch, it took 2 years for them to like get it out, and people like started insulting it as it came out. I know it was a bit annoying or something, the jingle, but hey, ads are annoying. Um, Next slide, please. So, um, is the chat box on for all? So, like, If you
Yes, yes.
can,
You can see in the chat, like the the mentees are texting in there, so you can have a look there. No problem.
sure.
Yeah.
If you have seen any ads lately, just type one or two over here, like maybe in the comment section, chat section. Um, I'll get to brand strat later because it's okay. I'll explain what brand strategy is. So strategy, everything needs a strategy. It needs like a uh, like in filmmaking, there is pre-production, production, post-production, and all of that, right? So even in campaigns, if you see, you start like small. You have like different collaterals which go along. There is like a content calendar thing happening. Yeah, so those projects need a little bit of planning. You pre-plan it, you showcase the client how you like basically laying the foundation in front of your clients, telling them how it will work, and that's how you do it. Uh, Maybe like a brand strategist would go much more in detail. Um, yeah, I just told you about like it's everything sounds similar when you do it. Just like when you get into the zone, you don't realize that your campaign plannings are basically things which are I mean yearly. So okay, let's take for example Flipkart or maybe Amazon. So Amazon had this thing called uh, sellers program, right? They had this ad about these rural sellers and all of that. So that's basically a campaign thing. Yeah, they do that. Location based advertising is the thing now. Don't get freaked out by that. Like there are like sites which tell you about information about people, and that should, I don't know, like that's why I guess there's a case going on against like Facebook, Twitter, and uh, why did I forget the third one? Yeah, yeah. So, what did you notice in these ads? So, was it copy heavy or art heavy? So, each ad is different. Each brand is different. I'm going to talk about copywriting because I prepared for that part of the thing. So, I'm going to stick for it with it. Uh, so, there are certain elements and like many elements which are involved um in an ad, be it a print ad, be it like a video ad, um, be it like a 15 second before YouTube, like a YouTube ad or something, uh, or a mailer. So first of all, like every brand has different brand colors, uh, and these brand colors define who the like what the brand is. It helps in better recall. So and jingles do the same as well. Isko laga dala to live jingle ala is like a thing. They made it like it's there. Five-star ads are shot in a certain way and with the same plot because hey they are like just um enjoying uh, the vibe they're getting from it. Like five-star has like a very chill vibe and that's what they portray, and their ads never change. They are much more quirkier but the script remains similar. uh, yeah, Amazon Prime ads are quirky, they are nice, and they have good shows, so that's a good thing. Mm. Brand colors I've discussed. What made you like or dislike the ads? I'm just gonna see through the chats. Yeah, uh, you can like type in what what are the like what ads do you not like? If Okay. Uh, why are you asking? Who own copyright joint? Okay. Archita Nayak. We have to plan the whole ad, basically the whole campaign. It's like the big idea, which okay, ads related to copywriting. Okay, so one by one, I'm just gonna take some. What are the rights of co-owner who own copyright jointly? No, I'm not going to talk about that copywriting, dude. Uh, do you have to plan the whole act? Yeah, so you have to plan everything, right? Uh, Even if you like don't like, if you have visualized the thing in your head, you can type it out, show it to your art director, make a thing up. The whole ad is to be framed, like the vectors placed in it or the elements which it's made up of. You have to think about all of it before like sending it to the clients. It's just buzzwords, Sanchit, Sanskari, what do you call it? Millennial phones. Those are the words people use the most. Like, yeah, that's the tag they do give Sanskari soap. And I don't know, is the brand ambassador Aloknath or something? Um, Yeah, next slide. So that brings us to agencies. There are many agencies worldwide. Uh, my favorite are like I love my company. First of all, Leo Burnett is good. I like I always dreamt about being there when I saw The Office. So there are many things which are interesting about it. Droga 5 is not in India, but I've put it over here because you should see their ads. They've made like some very interesting ads. Wyden and Kennedy. Wyden and Kennedy is again a great place. They are known for their Old Spice commercials. They are known for their Nike commercials. Uh, Ogilvy, we all know Piyush Pandey. If you haven't read Pandemonium, you should read it. Uh, there are like many insights. The guy actually uh, talked with David Ogilvy. Uh, yeah, next slide. So, what makes a brand valuable? Like, uh, an Apple product is different because they choose to design it differently. Google is colorful. You see colors. Coca-Cola and Pepsi have like a rivalry, but then Coca-Cola was and always been like the the brand to promote happiness, good times. Uh, Not really like Kingfisher, but then Coca-Cola has been around in the game since a very long time. And if you've heard about the agency called McCann, they have done many ads around Coca-Cola. Uh, you all should watch Mad Men till the end to know what I'm talking about because uh, those references are quite on point, like and very interesting portrayal of advertising agencies during the 80s. Um, Samsung is a brand which has consumed everything. It's like uh, yeah, Burger King. I love those ads. I sorry I couldn't like I had this competitor over there, but if you get the time, Sumitra, try and listen to their radio scripts. They're hilarious. They prank called McDonald's for a grill, which they don't have. Uh, they are crazy ideas over there. Like and guys, YouTube is a very interesting place to explore. You don't really need Skillshare or I don't know uh, anything. Uh, like in order to research, there is ads of the world, there is ad aids, there are things, no doubt. But then on YouTube, like if you just write Khan's lines, and you get like a playlist. Mm, yeah. Next slide. So these are the big daddies of like the brand thing. These are called the parent brands. So that's why they're like big daddy brands. ITC, as you all know, has like hotels, has like uh, a lot of products. PNG known for Whisper, and HUL known for a lot of products. Again, PNG Shiksha is another CSR initiative, which is also an interesting thing, right? Like uh, these brands care about the people of India. They start an initiative, and they are succeeding. They're doing it for like, I don't know, 6 to 7 years, right? PNG donates a few like a like some amount from the products you purchase from them, and for that goes into helping them, helping the poor. uh, they have activation ideas which are brilliant. Now, advertising is not just about like writing a headline, sub headline, body copy, call to action. Then it's like an that makes an emailer. That's not all about it, but it's about the little things. It's about, hey, let's make a 30 second of a yippee. Okay. uh, the response is good. Yippee noodles are like selling like hot cakes or maybe noodle cakes. But then at the same time, you need to observe your customers. You need to talk to your customers. And how do you do that? Something which they can access forever. That's again like you come into digital marketing. So that's you go to their social media pages, have engagement posts. Now, engagement doesn't mean the thing which you do before marriage. It's something that engages you. Not even the perfume brand. It's a post which makes you do something. Maybe take a selfie, maybe like post a picture with a hashtag, maybe write a story. Maybe Maggie Noodles did like this amazing thing, send us your story. So 2 minute stories was invented, and people were hyped about it. uh, Youngistan ka wow, Pepsi, another cool thing. There was no social media at that point, but this gesture became quite famous. You could like hold this Pepsi can and just like feel like a dude. Like what got got me into advertising. Next slide. Yeah. So there are these brands under both Unilever. May there are some foreign brands here, but then I was like bad at like searching images. So yeah, there are some what do you call it? Some uh, brands which are familiar, like Cornetto, like Quality Walls, like Lipton. They are very much famous. Then there is Oral B. On the other hand, Brown, Braun, sorry, Head and Shoulders, Duracell, Lacoste is famous, Old Spice, and all of these need communication. And if you go to see, look at these logos, Pantene and Vela, uh, they have stripes. Uh, Head and Shoulders and Oral B, they are blue in color. Though the colors are still different, they are like making their own identity. Pringles. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. So this is what I'm telling you. each brand has its own voice. That's why their logos are quite different. They stand for something. Uh, there is a great competition happening. You can't see it. It's just like brand wars. It's like uh, when there is a campaign opening, I remember like war zone written on a meeting room, and I was like freaked out about it. Like I got freaked out about it because uh, like that's a different kind of zone you go in. You like there is this brand called Spotify. How many of you all remember the ads from last year? Like the billboards they had designed all over India, or maybe like they covered city-wise location-based copy was written for each place on in India. Uh, Delhi was covered, Bombay was like there, like it was flooded with ads which had relatable content, uh, copy related to the maybe like the train station below it, maybe like the traffic situation over there. So yeah, they do massive things, right? That's why, and that adds to their character. That's basically character building. If you go to see, like if you uh, so if you compare advertising like brands to yourself, it's basically like me posting something on Facebook just to get some likes from my friend. Now, what brands do? Brands basically do the same thing. They hire a writer. They talk about their products. Some products have features. Some products have benefits. Benefits is something which people buy the product from for. Features are something basically which like if you use a tool it comes with features, or maybe you buy a new smartphone, you display the features. If you buy vitamin pills, you display the benefits. That's how like you go about it. Like, have you seen cooking oil ads? uh, if you look closely, there's a product window where like slow motion में सब ऐसा benefits बताया रहता है. So you can, there is a story, there is a product feature, and then there is the end slate. So that's how it's structured. You start with a story, you show the product, or you show the product first, then like make it a part of a story. That's how things are like the structure of ads are. Some ads don't even need to show the product, like the Google ad which talked about, it was a story about two uh, people uniting together after like getting separated due to the India Pakistan breakup. So their uh, grandson, granddaughter, or something, they like got together or something, and then they make them meet each other. That's a touching story if you see. Um, what makes you different is basically what I was gonna say when so when you are on Facebook, you have like your own profile picture. Your face makes you look like you. You make you. So or everything that you do is basically a part of you. It's basically something which can be put like someone can get it. It's your personality, and that's how brands function as well. Every brand has its own personality. Again, it has its own products, it has its own designs, it has its own activation ideas. Now activation ideas or acts are nothing but the things, the promotional ideas where you see a bunch of people promoting products but in a better way. Like if you see Nike activation ideas, or just Google search it right now, or activation ideas for ads, or something like that, or activation brand name ads. Or ads of the world is also a good option, like to see the various things that have been accomplished by other brands, so that you can help your own help yourself, right? Like you get inspired from it. No, and I don't mean copying it, because just because you're a copywriter, you don't go about like looking at brand ads and like just like रे बजाज फिनसर्व ने समझो हो गया लिखा है और या फिर कैंपेन बनाया है. Think it done is a thing. That is their thing. If you take that from them, that would be plagiarism, and that could like get you into trouble because it's copyrighted, and it's done already. So why would you do something which is done on already? You won't like try to, I don't know, explore and build like a light bulb or something, right? Edison has done that for us. You won't do that again. So something new, something different, which maybe hasn't been introduced in this country, can be like your next campaign. That's it. Uh, Next slide. So, what makes advertising advertising? Uh, so, if you see, there's a story. Like even if you watch Rick and Morty, you watch Tumbad, maybe like let me have some other genre. 500 Days of Summer, maybe um, Art and Copy. So, documentaries are different. Uh, there are like different genres, action genres, and all of that. They tell you a story, but that's a long form film. Like um, it takes you 3 hours. So 3 hours is quite a lot of time to share, like showcase all these emotions. Like you can start. It's called like it's a part of, yeah, fear. I wish I could use fear in my ads, but I can't. Apparently, there is an issue with using fear as a thing for Indian brands, because you can't like there is a law against that or something. But there are pretty cool ads for insurance, and you are right, Deepti. That's a great idea. Like that works most of the times, because insurance is a thing which protects you financially. That's the copy exactly placed on your, like, that's the most used copy seen. That's the benefit of like what life insurance is. And if you showcase the opposite, or if you like talk about a car crash or something, you like derive a need, like you get a need from that's the need. Like life insurance is a need. Humor, 5-star ad again. Sex appeal acts. uh, they use or engage, or maybe any perfume or deo ad, or a beer commercial, which doesn't happen in India, but yeah, yeah. Actually, a lot of perfume ads, yeah. Actually, like skin fog, yeah. Um, Music. We add, like if you have seen that, or maybe um, maybe the like most of it is built up on jingles. So these are like uh, they're made in such a way that it sticks in your head. Remember, like if you go to see, like you hate it when your best friend starts singing this very random old song that you forgot about, and then even after that conversation, it keeps ringing in your head. That's how basically music works. It gets into your head and it plays along, and you can't do anything about it. But that's quite how it works. Uh, Again, rationality, feature based. OnePlus 5 comes with a Snapdragon processor. इसलिए खरीदूंगा, or else I won't buy it if it has a different kind of processor. Like why would I buy Honor or Huawei or something like that, right? Emotions. Amazon, Whisper, Google, they talk, they tell you stories. They tell you stories that make you happy, stories that make you sad, stories that make you do something. If you, I don't know if you remember the Times of India ad, which had like a little boy who tried to move this big log of tree, which was creating a lot of commotion and traffic. Uh, yeah. Uh, Scarcity, Maha Bachat sale, Big Bazaar, uh, Tata Click, Reliance Fresh or something. But yeah, it's basically all your sales days. Uh, where it's Diwali time, guys, and there are only so many days remaining for the sale. The next sale for Amazon is on the 17th, so buy all the products you want. Just something that I remembered, but yeah, that's how they sell, like scarcity of products, or maybe like uh, put it this way, like four items remaining only, something like that. That scarcity actually, like, hey, there's only one product remaining by like you must have seen this on a lot of Amazon products. One like if you're buying books over there, you'd like find most of them in um, Kindle format rather than physical copies of the book, because many of those books are not available there. So that's like, and what makes you buy it? Like suppose you come to see like your favorite shoe is out there, your favorite book is out there, your favorite phone is out there. There are sales. There is like one timer thing, like 12 o'clock ke baad the sale starts, and if you don't buy it in a minute, we are sorry, we can't help you. That's basically scarcity, and how sales are like getting interestingly popular these days. Next slide. Types of ad. Next slide. Yeah, so this is what I'm talking about. This is a very bad picture which I got from the Google images thing. So yeah, printed ads are there, like posters, handbills, labels, calendars, everything. Uh, like so indoor, outdoor. There are more than this. Like there is like this is just uh like the tip of the iceberg kind of a thing. But then there is more to it. There is radio. There are new forms coming up like now. Like, have you seen ads on Truecaller apps? Like those small things. They are also like ads because they lead you somewhere. They have like a headline, though marketing based, though to generate leads, but they are there. Uh, Next slide. So I got this funny graphic just to like for you to look, but uh, let's skip this slide now. It's basically about ads being everywhere. It's just like we are so covered with ads, like nowadays you can't even see what's real and what's fake. Like during the quarantine period, I must have seen like many new t-shirt brands coming up, many new uh, cake bakeries like rising up, putting their stuff on Instagram. um, some are home bakers, some started their own. They have to put out content to get leads and get like customers, right? So, and there are companies or brands which are just starting up, but they are like their whole business runs on Insta. You buy products from them. They're like small time guys, but then uh, what what's the difference? Like if you create content, right? Like if you create content that your customer like that your people like, you always win. uh Next slide. Yeah, so newspaper ads are something which you may not have read like a lot of, like, I don't read a newspaper on a daily basis. I just like swipe news on my phone or something. But uh, there was a time when like the Hindu is like a great example of that ad. If you like have the time, follow this Instagram page called MOM, Mad Over Marketing. They have some pretty interesting stuff over there, and they also had the Hindu ad which I'm talking about, the Hindu newspaper, right? I'm not like talking about religion here. Magazine ads are like plush, like they are different. You can uh, like if it's like posh enough, you can sell watches over there. You only see a lot of watches and magazine ads, a lot of fashion accessories. If it's a tech magazine, there is like gizmos and gadgets, obviously. But like most of the people go for Cosmos or something like that, Cosmopolitan magazines, and tech magazines have those ads. Radio, jingles, it comes in the form of jingles. There is storytelling involved. There are 30 seconds में jokes which make you crack up, and there have been millions of millions of nice radio ads. And yeah, if you've heard that, uh, if you have like a free account of Spotify, you must be hearing those ads. So those are like audio based advertisements. Uh, Television ads, 30 seconders, 25 seconders, the ones which come in between like uh, cricket breaks and all of that. Outdoor transit, railway stations pay, or bus stops pay, whatever you see, those are ads. Buses, even buses have ads. There are cars with lit boards on them talking about something. You can like get a car with another brand's advertisement on it. Direct mail is like, you must have like if you've got something on EMI or like on Amazon or something, if you bought it on EMI, you get like monthly updates about the payment, and like or maybe if they have a policy, they show you something. Swiggy is a very nice example of mailer ads. Do download it just for the ads, uh, and the food as well. But then yeah, just for the ads, because they have like very interesting um, subject lines, which they pour, like they are very attractive. Online ads, banner ads are those small things which you can see um, around. Next slide. Books that talk about advertising. So there are many books. Uh, Let me introduce you to this one book called uh, okay, so this is an advertising book. This is what an advertising book looks like. Hey Whipple Squeeze, this is the name of this book, and it's got pretty decent info. And it's not even that fat. It's just like around 400 pages. But it's quite interesting. I have to like read through it. Then there is something. Guess what book this is? This is not a dictionary or an encyclopedia. Uh, I just use it for cover. Uh, So this is called the copybook. It's a bit costly. If you go and search on Amazon, it's for like $1,000. That must be like 380 or something. This one is for 380 or something. I'm not selling these books, but these are like quite interesting, insightful kind of books. And if you go to see inside and why they are worth it, there are like pretty decent ads, and these are like different kinds of ads like Marmite, and these are from various copywriters. This is an insurance ad. Uh, Again, I'm sorry you can't see the written text properly, but then there are like if you see this properly, this is like an Old Spice commercial. So those are okay. I'll write the name of the book. Next slide, please. Yeah. So I'll just type in the book name. Um, yeah. So if you like reading, okay. So it's not compulsory that like your inspiration should come from another advertising book at all times. It could be from anywhere. Uh, as you can see, like your interest is something that speaks through your copy. So if you like reading, then get these books. It's again a choice, like doing copywriting, pursuing copywriting. I got this book while I was in college. So yeah, it's been a long time, and I had this set intention like to get into this for big for films. You get to make ad films, right? You get to write, you get to uh, like make one person the hero of the story, and if you don't like it, it's a 30-second and not a 3-hour film. So it's quite interesting that way. uh, so if you are fond of books, uh, there is this great site called PDF Drive. Or like if you just search PDF Drive on Google, uh, the first site which pops up, it gets you like free ebooks or something like that. Not all books would be covered in it, but then like there are like quite interesting books that you can find. Um, and like at times, if you're not sure about buying ad books or something, because I can't tell you everything in this like hour or something, but then yeah. Uh, Next slide. Yeah, so these are the names of the books. Like I could like maybe uh, like we can share this thing with you, so like you can just uh, get the like type in the names on like maybe Amazon or something. So Hey Whipple Squeeze This is the black book I have. Pandemonium, I read it on my phone. So it's about Piyush Pandey's journey through advertising. Nawab's News Noodles, again an advertising book. DNAD, the copy book, is what I showed you. The Adweek copywriting handbook, Joseph Sugarman. So I don't have all of these. So uh, but I've read them on my phone at one point. So I have them, but on my phone. You don't have physical copies of these, but you can get them on Amazon. I'll just like type in on the thing later. Next slide. Huh. Are there any shows or movies on advertising? Mad Men is a Netflix show. It's got like I don't know, on par with Peaky Blinders there, but then it is kind of a very slow series which talks about advertising, and it goes on very brilliantly. It talks about brand. Sometimes there is like the carousel scene, which is very famous. Kramer versus Kramer is not really about advertising, but it's about a struggling advertising guy who's trying to juggle things, like he's taking care of his son, and while doing that he's like trying to get another job in advertising. Uh, this movie was also like recommended by like story, like a filmmaking book which talks about Kramer versus Kramer in detail, art and copy. Pom Wonderful presents. Pom Wonderful is like that's a beverage which basically funded this film, the greatest movie ever sold. So it's a movie about brands. So it's a movie about how they made the movie. An ad guy. Next slide. There is no app for PDF Drive. websites you can go to. You can take screenshots, guys, like if you all can, like just to be on the safe side. So if you Google search any of these ads of the world, ad week, ad age, DNAD, brand equity, like there is news to be known about the advertising world, about new campaigns coming up that would inspire you to do something. uh, there is, okay, I didn't know about it, Deepti, sorry. I used the website, kind of. Yeah, thank you for, like, there's an app for PDF drive, guys. And yeah, um, so among them there are like some advertisement websites which also give you awards. um, okay, now why are awards important and what awards are out there? One show, Cannes. Have you heard of Cannes? There are like, they are for movies, but then Cannes Lions is basically for, like, is for advertising, and there are many different categories you can be placed in. Uh, Agencies across the world compete in this event, and it happens in France uh, every year. This year it did happen, but online. It like you can view the footage every year. Uh, but it's important because you are rated on an international level. You are rated on a scale which is which which tells you how important the ad is, and they award you for it. Spikes Asia, there is DNAD, there is Curious with a K, KYOORUS. Yeah. Um, you can participate in this. There are open briefs, there are like New Blood Awards. One show is also another good site where you can get briefs. So around December or like November-ish, keep checking the site, like these sites you might get briefs over there. And not like, I mean briefs as in like those, um, the the assignment, basically, like it's like your homework, but briefs are basically your homework that you pursue. Like if there would be like a brand name, maybe HPNV, and you have to talk about it, solve a problem doing that. Next slide. Um, there are times when you don't feel like writing. Those These times are like inevitable, like but you can like deal with them. So some of the tools that I have used in the past are the most dangerous writing app. So if you search it, you will find squibbler.io. Just click on it. So it's like a prompt writer, which, like, if you stop typing, the text disappears. So that makes you like quite alert and like quite fast at typing as well. But then that like gets, the most important thing is that gets all your thoughts outside. You should try it out, the most dangerous writing app. It's a website. You use your desktop for it. uh, Grammarly to test. So I'm not recommending Grammarly to check your grammar errors and issues, but if you are in a hurry, and if you want to check if like there are like double words in your copy, or if there is like a full stop missing somewhere, or maybe there is like a double space somewhere else. So to check that out, that's a good app to go to. Pinterest is like Google Images for inspiration, but you can use both of them. You can get various different ideas from it. Behance is a portfolio site. uh, you can create your own folio and put it out there so that you can get your job. Okay, thank you, guys. um okay, hi Pushkar.
Yeah. So, thank you so much, Sampras, for such an amazing session. It was, like pretty interesting. I was also listening to your entire session, and I myself personally gained a lot of things in this webinar.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I
Thank you.
hope all our mentees also might have gained some knowledge. Like you talked about the different strategies, the color coding that MNCs do, and the taglines of the companies,
Yeah,
like
that's
"Ishq laga dala to life jinga lala" and all that stuff. So it was
yeah.
pretty amazing. Yes, yes. So now we'll be taking some questions, the mentees which have dropped in. So yeah. So there is a question from Kuldeep. He's asking, I am an aspiring screenwriter. So how can I get more experience and work? And can it be financially good for me?
I can't talk about the financially good part right now. So screenwriting, do you know like okay, could you repeat the question?
Yeah, yeah, sure. So the question has been asked by Kuldeep, and it says that he's an aspiring screenwriter. So he wants to know that how can he get more experience and work?
Okay.
Yep.
So screenwriting is, so you want to be a writer, right? Uh, have you watched, if you watched Peaky Blinders, so I'm just giving Peaky Blinders as an example because even we all aspire to be filmmakers, but then you can't always deal with that level of stress on set as well. Uh, so you go do something small, which is a 30-second, which is what I do, like which is basically my escape. But for you, screenwriting is the big thing. Try to read scripts. These read scripts, they are written in a different way, there is structure to it, there is like a whole story circle which goes on, which is also used in advertising, and like a lot of things, like many things are used, like made out of story circles. If you like, if you are an admirer or a watcher of Rick and Morty, Dan Harmon is like one of like the legends in the writing circle, because he uses this very specific plot point, which like you should watch those videos. Me explaining would ruin it. uh Peaky Blinders, if you go to the script part of it, uh the first episode is made out of 98 pages. It's a 45-minute, so there is too much of detail. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say. Just research. There are books like online which you can purchase, or like go to PDF Drive and read, or maybe listen to audiobooks which help you in that purpose. In order to get a job, you have to start looking out for yourself. You should, if you like, regardless of what place you are in, go on LinkedIn, start making like start searching for the keywords. The keywords you must be looking for are screenwriter, uh, assistant director, directors, DOPs. Get in touch with them, get internships done. That's how you can get in, and that's how I got in. It's my like through internship that I got into it. um, I
Sure.
hope that answers your question.
Yes, yes, definitely. I think it will definitely help Kuldeep. So next question is from Ria Jan. So she's asking that do we need any kind of particular skill or qualification to begin with copywriting?
All right. So I did I graduated doing like BMM, so Bachelor's of Mass Media. You don't particularly need it uh, per se, as long as you know your grammar, as long as you know your English and Hindi or English, because you we are in India, and at times we have to talk like use other languages to communicate the part. Different parts of different states have different languages. You could like do it yourself, or either call like a translator and do it, because you can't like literally, like if I knew every language in India, I would be like uh, I don't know, revered or something, maybe like that. But then yeah, I hope that answers the question. And
Yes, yes, I'm definitely hopeful. Okay, so the next question has been asked by Acharya. So he's asking like, which is better, either going for freelance or a full-time copywriting job?
my friends in the freelance, uh, who are doing freelancing, they are like they know their stuff, right? I never did a freelancing gig, so I may not answer the freelancing part of it. But like, if you want experience, if you want to learn faster with people, it's the same thing. Freelancing, you just have to like be sure of what you do. But as growing up as an intern in a copywriting agency, uh, you work, you know how the business functions, you know what the brand really needs. Freelancing, you can do it after getting a few like if you don't work on brands in the first place, how would you like start a freelance thing, which could be like maybe like you would be doing something which you don't know. uh, for that, maybe you can start freelancing. That's not an issue. As long as you know your stuff, that's all I need. Like, yeah.
Yeah, so I hope that that will definitely get to the main point. So the next, we'll be taking two more questions. So the next question has been asked by Abhinav Srivastav. So he's asking like, where to put up a copywriting profile, like once we get started, so where we can showcase that thing.
So there are quite many quite some like places you can put it on. Wix, you can create a website just in like under minutes. Behance, I talked about Behance earlier. So it's a site where people put up their folios. You can see their work, put your work on. You can share a link, because nowadays no one sends it in a PDF, right? No one like you talked about like starting this PPT on a Google Drive thing, which
Yes,
I
yes.
don't use. I make PPTs. Even my folio is in a PPT format, but then I have to change it. It's also on Behance, but yeah. So IndieFolio, there are like other websites popping up. You buy a domain name, keep it for yourself. Show your like so the thing is, uh, what makes the website or the folio like a part of you. Like that's the thing which you should be looking for instead of a platform. It either ways it's like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram or something like. Uh, it's the platform you like the most, which is much more interesting for you, and you can handle it pretty well. So that's basically that thing. um Next
Okay.
question.
Yeah, and the last question
Sorry, I
is
didn't
that.
confuse, right? I didn't
Oh, no, no,
confuse
no, no,
people.
no, no. It was pretty simplistic to understand. No,
Yeah.
no. Not really. Yeah. And so the last question is that most of the mentees have this question in common, that how can they connect with you in future for further information, like any social media details of you or something?
Okay, so you
Yeah.
can follow me on add me on LinkedIn, maybe message me over there, but not all the time. Maybe like choose a time or something. But then my name is Sampras D'Souza, so you will find me on most. I don't know why I'm typing my name, which should be over here on my like that on my video side of it. Then Instagram page, I go by the name Malay Mama, so you can follow me over there. It's just Dalai Lama, but like I write copy and it should be like thick and it should have content in it, right? And it should be like creamy. So like Malay Mama is like my ad name, but you can follow me on Instagram, and like you can like just text me over there, like leave a message about your thing. Yeah, not Malami Mama, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
So yeah, no problem. So thank you so much, Sampras, for giving us your golden time and being on this webinar. It was pretty amazing having you on this platform.
Thank you very much. I hope I did well, because I was very nervous about it. I'm still nervous. I've like never like spoken for such a long time. Like
No, 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 but you
apart from
did.
my team calls in the
Yeah,
morning.
no, but it was pretty amazing, and I hope that all our mentees learned a lot and they got to know about copywriting a bit more in detail from you.
Yeah,
So, thank you so much, Sampras, for being on this webinar, and I
yeah.
also thank my all mentees for attending this webinar. So, we'll definitely look forward to have more sessions with you, more upcoming, more knowledgeable sessions, I believe, with you.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
yeah, yeah. So, thank you so much for coming up, and we'll be wrapping up right now.
Yeah.
So, I
I
hope that
took
everyone,
I
yeah.
took half an hour more of the time, I guess.
No, no,
Sorry.
no issues, no issues, no issues, no
Yeah.
problem. So I hope that everyone enjoyed this session. So till then, take care, have a nice day, and bye bye.
Thank you
Thanks.
very much, Pushkar.
Yeah,
Bye,
most
guys.
welcome, most welcome. Santosh.
And read books, please. Please read books and watch those films. Uh, like I'll just share the films again. Wait.
I have done it actually. I have done the book part. If you want to share the films, you can do that. No problem.
Okay.
Yeah. So while sending the message, make sure to select the option all panelists and attendees.
Oh.
Yeah. So that everyone
Oh.
can get.
Oh. Sorry.
Yeah. Sure. No problem.
So thank you guys. Good night. I hope you have like a good dinner, sumptuous dinner, and be safe, guys.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye. Thank you.